All right, let's talk about something I think every single one of us struggles with. It's that super frustrating gap between what we know we should do and what we actually end up doing. We're going to figure out how to finally build a bridge over that gap.
I mean, come on, you know the feeling, right? You've read the book, you've watched the video, you've even made the perfect plan. You know, intellectually, that waking up just a little bit earlier, or hitting the gym, or finally starting that big project is the right call. But then, the alarm goes off and you hit snooze. You find yourself back on the couch. It's this universal thing that holds so many of us back from where we want to be.
Well, this whole phenomenon, it actually has a name, the knowledge-action gap. It's that pesky space between your brain knowing something and your body actually doing it. And honestly, learning how to close this gap is probably one of the biggest keys to unlocking any kind of real, lasting personal growth.
Okay, so let's dive in. You can't solve a problem until you really understand what's causing it. So think of this as the diagnosis. We're going to break down the 7 key reasons we all get stuck in this gap between knowing and doing.
First up, and this one is so important, just knowing something isn't the same as truly getting it. You can understand all the facts about why a healthy diet is good for you, but until that knowledge clicks with a deep emotional reason why it matters to you, why it's part of the person you want to be, it just stays as a floating, abstract idea. It doesn't have any real-world power. Number 2, our brains are basically wired to seek comfort and run away from discomfort. It's a survival thing. But here's the catch. Any real change, even the really good kind, feels uncomfortable at first. Your brain craves what's familiar, what's easy. So it's always going to try and pull you back to the old, comfortable path, even when you know the new, harder one is way better in the long run.
And this one ties right back to our first point. Information without emotion, it just doesn't lead to transformation. It's as simple as that. If your goal is just to save more money, that's kind of boring, right? But if your goal is to save money for the freedom you've always craved, or to provide real security for your family, now that's a powerful emotional driver. That's the kind of motivation that sticks around when things get tough.
Oh yeah, analysis paralysis. This one is a classic. We get totally trapped in our own heads, asking things like, am I really ready for this? Or, but what if I try and I fail? This kind of overthinking just breeds hesitation. And you know what hesitation is? It's a total momentum killer. It stops us dead in our tracks before we've even taken a single step.
And here it is, laid out plain and simple. This is the battle that's raging inside our heads every single day. On one side, you've got the easy, quick dopamine hits, endless scrolling, comfort food, any distraction you can find. And on the other side, you've got those delayed, much harder to get rewards like being physically fit or having financial freedom. Really acting on what you know means you have to consciously, deliberately choose that long-term reward over the quick, easy hit. Okay, our 6th reason is all about structure. Look, you can have all the knowledge in the universe, but if you don't have a system to support your actions, your brain will always go back to the path of least resistance. It's just what it does. Knowledge needs a framework to live in. A good system is what makes the right choice the easy choice. And now, we get to what might be the most powerful reason of them all, the identity gap. We fail to act because our self-image, who we think we are, hasn't caught up with who we want to be. You can't consistently act like a disciplined, healthy person if, deep down, you don't actually see yourself as one. Real, lasting change only starts to happen when your actions begin to line up with a new identity that you're actively building for yourself.
So, we've diagnosed the problem, right? From our brain's love of comfort all the way to that deep identity gap. But here's the good news. There's a prescription for this. We're not just going to sit here staring at the gap. We're actually going to build a bridge across it. So let's get into the game plan. All right. Here is your 5-step plan for building that bridge. First, connect your goals to a deep emotional why. Make it real. Make it powerful. Second, take one small, maybe slightly uncomfortable action every single day. Just one. This builds momentum. Third, and this is huge, shift your focus to your identity. Start asking yourself, who am I trying to become? And then act like that person right now. Fourth, build systems that make good choices almost automatic. You know, like laying out your gym clothes the night before. Design your environment to help you win. And finally, number 5, reflect every week. Ask yourself honestly, did my actions this week actually align with what I know is best for me?
So when you boil it all down, the crucial takeaway is this. The goal isn't just to consume more information, to read another book or watch another YouTube video. The real goal is to turn the knowledge you already have into actual, tangible power through action.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Knowledge is potential power, but only when acted upon.
Just think for a second about all the potential you have stored up inside you right now. Action is the only key that can unlock it.
So, I'm going to leave you with this question. Forget about next week. Forget about tomorrow. Based on what you already know is best for you, what is the one small action you can take today to start building that bridge across your own knowledge-action gap?